Greetings, everyone. Yeah, Sunday night. What's today? 9,
It is 9.
11.
No, 11. Oh, wow. It's 11:09. I didn't even, or 9:09, 11:09, 9:11.
Yeah, however you wanna. Yeah, man.
Look at
Um,
that.
could be 999 if you include the Gregorian year.
Oh, wow. I'm actually surprised. Let's see what's going on in the real world right now with the fake
Oh,
world, the fake
even though
world.
that's
Because that's a nice day for the local occultists.
sure, man. Inverted. Oh yeah, they're probably planning stuff.
999. What we got? What we got? Blue Origins pretending to launch something
Yeah.
with
So
NASA. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So
that that's going on right now. Apparently,
what? What? Say that again.
there's a Blue Origin NASA webcast. I think right in the past 4 hours. No, it must have ended like an hour ago. They threw another bunch of idiots up into a CGI. Created a
Oh, I figured dude. I was just gonna say, what CGI are they sharing of
yeah. It's called the New Glenn mission.
their studio? New Glenn.
New Glenn.
So, I was real quick. Well, there's one dude's not showing up tonight, so whatevs. And that's cool. It's just us. So one thing that I was talking to George, shout out Third Eye Edify. He's got an amazing share coming up. He's working on, and we were chopping it up before this actually. And his thing is like deeply tying in the music and the sounds and the changes and the rearranges along with the card deck, the 52 card deck plus Joker.
Oh yeah, George is the man.
Yeah, lots of like tying all that in together and to free the minds of the people, and it's very deep. So I was going back and forth and we were talking about H and I was just, my thing, and I tried to bring up real fast the Phoenician kind of pantheon, but it's impossible to just pull up real quick because they want to show you the Greek stuff or this. And it's like, okay, I was trying to bring up the god, the top goddess in Phoenician goddess is He, Ge. And of course, that transforms into Gaia and all that. But Ge is also pronounced He, right? Hey.
Mm-hmm.
And an example of when you're like decoding things like George or Jorge or Gorge, you can call him Gorge, Um, and that's where I come up with things like if you want to do a deep dive into some root word stuff like har, as in harmony, harmony, har and her are the same, and gar and ger are the same. They're all four are the same. Garmony, harmony, germany, harmony. So harmony, in my opinion, and Germany is the same word. And when it comes to, and that includes the hijackery and covering of things like the Sioux, the Sioux, uh, and like Hey, Sue, Jesus, Jesus, Hey, the Phoenician goddess, and Sue, like the Sufi, or the Sioux is in the tribe here, the Indians, the real Indians here in America, right? So that's a lot of, in my opinion, valuable like little pocket decoder. Like if you're you got a little pocket decoder paper. It's so when you see certain things.
It's interesting. Hezhou is a former city, or it's a city in China. Well, it used to be a city in China, and that's spelled Hezhou.
Yeah.
Hey Zoo.
There you go, bro. And that's where you get the Hans and the Cons and the Wans and the Yans and the Johns. It's all the same word.
Yeah. There's one also, Hezu Hunan.
I mean, you also have Hey Ru,
Mm-hmm.
like
Like
salam, and throw salam on the back end of that.
when now the goddess you said was Hey. Is that usually? You said it was usually GE, or is it usually
Yeah.
GEB, like Geb?
No, it's typically just GE.
GE. Why do I?
And I have some old documents that show that. Again, a quick search is. I'm telling you, I just try to do a quick search because I don't have my my documentation like prepared.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard drive of all kinds of stuff, and shows a really legit chart on the actual Phoenician pantheon. They call them Canaanites too, which I've showed Canada and the Cathay being the Canaanites.
Well, it's interesting that GE, because usually I feel like with the Phoenician goddesses, who comes up? It's like
This
one
is
of
the
the.
top Phoenician goddess, Chris. This is like where you get Gaia and stuff from.
Yeah, no, and I like that this is a connection, because the GE, it just like reminds me of General Electric, and it just
Yep.
there's so many GE acronyms and that are used by modern corporations, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and Jorge, you call him Gorge, he might not be happy about it, but Germany, he's doing a lot of, in the music in Germany, which, I've stated it is the same word as harmony. He's, a lot of the musical, like, workings is from Germany,
Mm-hmm.
and he, they changed a bunch of notes and did a bunch of rearranging of things, just like, so that's a major hijack and a major location in reference to sound and things like that.
Oh yeah, I was actually just listening to a large thing on that was connected with all of this, but it wasn't by Flamenco. It was by that, what the hell's his name? It's a I think you could.
And also, if you want to look up look up the Garamons. I've mentioned them many times. The Garamentes, the Garamons is also where you get Germany root word wise. No one wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable for a lot of people to actually discuss, believe it or not. It's uncomfortable. A lot of people don't want to discuss certain things because it's uncomfortable for them.
Yeah, and this is who I was listening to, David Ewing Jr. right before we went on, and he talks about all the stuff Flamenco talks about, and in all the stuff he was talking about in the video was really closely tied into stuff you're talking about right now.
Dude, and I've so we almost had him on the show.
I knew you were gonna know who he was.
Yeah, we almost had him on the show. He didn't come on because of me. Because the one show he listened to, I was way too faded. And
Okay.
I was like interrupting everyone, and I'm just like, blah. So I'm the reason he's not on the Ronin. He didn't come on the Ronin experience.
Well, he can be even, like, no offense to him, he could be even difficult to listen to himself with, like, he gets a little I don't even, what's like kind of just azzy, like like very like he repeats, keeps giving you info, and like it's like he's like really animated, so it's hard for the host to even like ask him a question sometimes. But a lot of interesting information. He was like really going off on the number 19 in this video I was watching.
Yeah, and I mean he's done a lot of great work, but he does have like his own ticks or nuances, and it's like, bro, that cat caught me on an episode where it got away from me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where the chaos comes in here. Sometimes on their own experience. Sometimes it's so anyway, he would have came on, but yeah, I mean things like But, he broke things like Musselman, Muslim, and Moo, and all that stuff. He does a lot of cool decodes for sure. A lot of very alternative stuff, which just resonates with me off the rip. Just if you're talking alternative to the alternative to the alternative, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm like, what? Because I don't trust. I mean, I talk about this all the time. I don't even trust the alternative stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I know. And the only thing that was weird with Ewing Jr., I didn't know does he rely heavily on the Quran, or does he just use it to pull information out? And when does he say the Quran was written?
Oh, I didn't know I was going to get quizzed on his work. I
Do you
mean,
know?
he does a lot on the Quran, for sure.
Because I thought I'd heard him before say it was like a more modern book, but then I know this could have been an older video that someone reposted. It sounded like he was using it more as a source. That's why I didn't know if he was hardcore believer in that.
No, I mean, he decodes it, I think.
They just decoding it, right? That's what I figured.
Yeah, he's not all about it in a way. It's interesting. Because just for me, the Quran, again, you can put a Q or a K. I still take it back to the Carians. When I say Kara everywhere, Cora, Kara everywhere. I just in the vernacular, it just connects with me personally. Now, I've researched the Quran in that it's still it was altered.
Mm-hmm.
It was altered in recent history, like in the 1800s, even in the 1900s. If you look at certain if you guys want to research, just do some surface level research and go, was the Quran altered and when and by whom? And you'll see that like early 1900s, some what they don't call them rabbis, they call them something else.
Like the no, not druids, priest class, I guess you could just call them.
The priest class, but they're not rabbis. I forget the name of like Islamic like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The basic. I don't even know. I'm just drawing a blank. Sorry, but some dude like they alter it. And this is why I'm like, well, the Quran,
like the sheiks and the imams and
the imam, imam. Yeah, that's cool. I think it's like an imam type guy, but I don't even know if that's the right word. But same thing, right?
Yeah.
Altered it, right? So you have all these people, dude. I was looking. That's why I talk about that's why I get on the Vedas.
Yeah.
The Vedas were altered. You go, it hasn't been altered in 10,000 years. It's an ongoing story. Like, bro, that was altered too, yo. Y'all are on the road. Some of y'all, not you guys, but some of y'all are on the wrong battlefield. This is what I was saying a few weeks ago. And it doesn't take a genius to do a little research and figure it out, and go, all that stuff is phony. If it's been altered, to me, it's phony. Now, can I still glean some info from it? Sure, because it'll demonstrate the depth of the mind effery. You know what I mean? But all the Vedas and Vaticans and Davidas, the Vedas, the Davidas, the King David's, aka Priest King, aka Prester John, and all this stuff, it's to fix the Sioux. It's to block the Sioux. The Sioux fixes. Look up the definition of what's a suffix. And does a suffix change the meanings of words? Yes, it publicly states that. So who were the Sioux? The Sioux were like the Drakons, the dragons, the Etowah, which I always talk about right down the street from my house. The Etowah in the Lek Mounds. The Eto means, again, I need to do a whole nother vid and break down this area that I live in. Eto means Ital, as in italics, as in Italy. It also means I and I, as in your Rastafarian Jamaican I and I and I. That is your speech. That is your sound. That is your breath. And then Wah, right? The Almighty, right? It's the breath of the Almighty is the Eto Wah. That's also the dragon breath. That's the Su. That's also the Su, the serpent's gnosis. And that originates from America. Sorry, I'm America
Yeah,
first, y'all.
yeah, buddy.
And all these other cats, the Sioux, Mer, and all of them, even the Acadians, even all that stuff, it all originates from America and got shipped over there from America because these were seafaring people. These were seafar Hebrews. They were Sephardic. The Sephardic in Sephardic, the DIC is a suffix. That's a Greek addition. These are cover-ups. Egypt is a LARP, y'all.
And that's why I mean, any seafaring folk will use like that navigation symbol looks like an asterisk.
Yeah.
So like that lines up with what you were just saying too.
And everything is freaking seafaring, yo. Now
Everything
you
is
come
seafaring.
back here. So now what happens, right? So let's get to the somewhat modern day. What do we have here in America? It came under attack in all that admiralty law, right? Flooded. You want to talk about a mud flood, psychological mud flood, UCC and all that. The admiralty law, you know what I mean?
The maritime law. Which actually, all this is gonna connect like right with this random page I pulled up. Everything we just talked about is like somehow I pulled up a page and shared it. So after you're done, pop it up because it's insane how many things we just talked about pop up on this page.
Well, dude, yeah, and that's amazing because also we've been rehearsing this like for
weeks.
For weeks. We've been rehearsing this show exactly. So, we've even rehearsed all the syncs and everything. Reading from scripture right now. So these cats came back and that's where you get all the UCC maritime admiralty type law here in America, right? So you have the United States of America. That's the UCC stuff. And then you have America, which is the land of America. It's that word. If you really want to know America, you could spend months, you could spend a lifetime decoding just the sound in the word America, like for real. It ain't a 5-minute decode Google search because it's so multi-layered of a ancient word in an ancient land. It's Atlan, guys. And the tis is a suffix. It's a Greek addition. Atlantis is Atlan. So America is Atlan. That includes the Caribe, the Kari, the Curry, the Cara Bay. And I mentioned, so this is all, so all the stuff I talked that everyone rejects and thinks I'm being some sort of whatever, they're just off. And I don't care. I don't care. I don't Carolina. I don't Cairo Key anymore. I don't even Korea. I don't even care. Chris mentioned earlier some, connections in China. But anyway, I'm starting to get loose with it because Chris is starting to make me feel comfortable.
Well, so the Karen, like let's say in the Greek, it's the shipman, right? That's the one who takes you to the realm of the dead. So I wonder if caring.
Daweed. So they'll take you to the land of the Daweed. David and Daweed are the same word. Veda. Davida is the Vedas. It's the Khan. When they were searching for Daweed, the dead, which is King David, aka Prester John, aka Jan, Khan, Juan, in Abyssinia, priest king, God king. In Abyssinia, which is why America is, if you go across the Ethiopian Sea, you would get to the abyss. And it would be.
It's also interesting that sounds like obscene, because it is,
Yeah, well,
the abyss would be obscene.
It's scary, right? So everything cool, they make it sound not cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So anyway, so let me share this thing, bro, and take it away, man. And
well, I was just going through this back.
Just pick.
Welcome back to Cutting Through. This was the document we were sharing.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and I was just going through it, and after talking
just a little bit more, so everyone. Or should I do this? Should I do this?
Oh, that's better actually. Yeah, they don't need to see us. But I was like, right after I saw that they were setting they had the whole, what's it called? The Glenn mission, the new Glenn mission with Blue Origin and NASA. I just randomly came to this page, and you were also talking about the Sioux, and I saw Mother Superior was being talked about down here. So I was like, oh, this is gonna all be super interesting. And we have Little John, so we have Robin Hood Robin Hood riding through the Glen. Robin Hood with his merry men. Wait a minute, is that sort of gay? And then that made me think of the goddess gay that you were just talking about as well. And we know.
Well, I call everything gay, so.
Well, yeah, and that's true. But there's a lot of it. Just when you hear this nowadays, you think of the inverted sort of what's the word? I guess dual inversions of the sex roles that are in the androgyne, basically the androgenic gods, the goddesses the gods and goddesses that really actually are dual sexed or have no sex, or inverted sexual preferences.
Let me just anecdotal some stuff right here. By the way, Tommy Rogers, this person, is he a local celebrity? Like what?
I believe it's Tommy Rogers 2, and Tommy Rogers 1, I think, is the.
Well, this guy looks awesome.
So maybe this guy's on the rise,
dude.
Tommy, it might be. I can't really see the picture, so I don't want to.
I'm digging the hair. I'm digging the style. Shout out Tommy Rogers 2. All right. Y'all better catch up to Tommy Rogers 2, y'all. He's in second place. He's going to take over Tommy Rogers 1, and that's how we do it. We take over the Tommy Rogers. But I want to revisit something, and it's relevant, and I'll try and make it fast. I believe it needs to be touched on again, even though I've mentioned this many times. Okay, so I've heard people say how mourning is bad, right? And again, we're back to the seafarers, right? Mourning, it means, and just like I talk about crypts, and encryption is a beautiful thing. Decrypting, encrypting is a beautiful thing. It's not about death. And like Chris was mentioning, going to the dead, and the Carians taking you to the dead. Mourning in crypts. Crypts are where secrets and treasures are hidden if you know how to decode the encryption, obviously. If you don't know that, lose my number. If you think it's about death, it's because you've been reading Wikipedia too long. Now, when it comes to mourning, it's because you've been listening to a lot of other people instead of doing your own decodes. I'm saying this with love and respect to empower everyone here. Everyone become their own pro-grimoire, their own programmer. I'm a pro-grimoire. My grimoire is all ever living and evolving. Morning, good morning. I wish you good tidings. Morning, your family friend member is taking the early tides out, and you're wishing them a good mooring. The mooring is a shipping thing, right? and catch the tides. And also, I'm going to miss you because I might not see you in a while. And seafaring is dangerous. Maybe you're going out for the day fishing. Maybe you're going out for months on a mission. Either way, good morning. And then when they leave, there's a bit of sorrow because you miss your loved one for a time and you hope they come back safe. So you wish them good morning. It's not a bad word. It's a beautiful word. Any decoder out there, so-called decoder, telling you mourning means I'm mourning the death. Now, when someone dies, there's that connection because you miss them and they left for a time, and you'll see them again when you connect with them. So mourning is not a death ritual. It's a seafaring saying. The good tidings, all that. It's so right there in your face. But a lot of these so-called decoders out there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're saying. Right, Ursa gets it.
Well, and I think a lot of the confusion is from the whole Lucifer morning star, evening star mix up that people seem to make, especially the more Christian fundamentalist types who they'll confuse Lucifer with the morning star, but the morning star, that was supposed to be Christ, if I'm not mistaken. I think evening star was Lucifer. Well, and the whole Lucifer story is obviously confused as it is because Lucifer isn't even mentioned realistically.
Sorry, Ursa wants to talk. Ursa's like, I got stuff to say too. That's because the best time to take out your ship is actually at dawn or early dawn. So that I can see how that word morning in shipping terminologies references when the sun is, coming up or whatever.
Well, yeah, because then you could also then connect back to how a lot of the social engineers are part of this, the early seafaring peoples who are moving around, and they are also now trying to bring upon the new dawn. So there are like little connections, even if.
Oh yeah, and all that Saint Germain, New Dawn stuff, man.
It's almost like they've inverted the word, then reverted it back, and then inverted it again.
Oh yeah.
So you have like some
layers
of like inversions. So like I mean, there's a duality almost in every meaning.
And mermen are seafaring people.
Yeah. So there's your merry men of the Robin Hood. Yeah. And that's what these guys would do. They'd go around in their hoods.
Tommy Rogers sounds like a legend, Chris. Sorry to interrupt, brother.
Oh, go ahead.
Tommy Rogers sounds like a legend. They're shaking things up and getting in trouble, I guess evidently talked about dangerous stuff in the past, which is beautiful. This is we love the danger here.
I love that.
Danger, not safe danger.
I love that.
Damn. And Chris, are we more? So I was watching, and don't let me digress. I was watching Deep Waters. Deep Waters.
I was just watching that. I watched it yesterday with Maggie. Like I got her to watch it.
I watched it today, and my thought was, are we slowly morphing into a bootleg? Are we morphing into a bootleg Deep Waters? Because we were coming with no prep, and then we're like, let's just see what happens. And
probably.
we're morphing into Deep Waters, and they may be shallow waters by the time we're done, but this is all organic.
Yeah, no, they're funny as hell too together. Because the only difference is that Dylan is so opposite of Sam that like it's just he's such a skeptic about some of the stuff, and I think we're way more aligned.
But he has fun with it.
Yeah, he has fun with it. But I think him calling Sam like an idiot is probably my favorite part of the show, even though I'm more aligned probably even with what Sam thinks.
Oh well, yeah, Sam's been around all the people giving deep. Sam pretends a lot. I think he knows stuff, but he's trying to be.
So he's silly. Yeah, silly on purpose, I think.
But yeah, with some of his Hollywood friends or friends, it's like he's dealing with salt. He's trying to be gentle with them.
Yeah, of course, of
And
course.
dude, I just see the Mother Sue. The Mother Sue.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. That was another
Yeah,
thing that I saw down there. I mean,
right.
so that's right back to the Sioux, as you were talking about. And the Mother Superior was also a ship. So, but here, this is back to the story of the Robin Hood. But I'm also seeing in here, so they are talking about his sidekick, Little John. And so let me see where I was seeing it. So we have Prince John. Yeah. So let's see. What do I want to say? Let me just read it. His sidekick was Little John, and what we know, and we know what Ion now stands for, don't we? That's why the Masons Just Us system call prostitutes clients Johns. The latter, of course, was used as a staff as his weapon. Rob, in typical Mason fashion, stole from everyone and only posed for the scribes for PR purposes. On special occasions when he doled out the new baubles to the poor, Prince John, right, was in on the act. Because of the threat of these terrorists running around in the forest. Why? He just had to keep raising taxes to pay for more sheriff's men. Now, how did a Persian word get in there, sheriff? So that brings us right back to what we were also talking about before. And the Rob they're talking about is sheriff, I believe, in Nottingham.
So here's a quick connection with gayness and fasci. Do you know what fasci is?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
The fasci, the bundle of the weapon, bundle of wood imagery. That's usually like an axe weapon that's shown behind the presidents in the Capitol building, or there's a bunch of different theories as to what it could have been.
Well, you're on point, and also that fasci bundle of sticks that you see them carrying. And I'm on this. I believe it in that it's a sound weapon.
Yeah.
So you already know that.
Yeah. Great. And also,
Chris, you're the best. You already know this stuff.
Oh yeah. I sometimes I act sillier than I actually am too.
Oh no, bro.
But no, the bundle of sticks, isn't that what they call? Isn't that what like a? No, wait. What is a bundle of sticks? Isn't that like a don't they call that like a fag yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
I just got into a fight with a guy. He asked me for a fag. I thought he was calling me a fag. And he caught me at the wrong time of night where I was on something else.
I had an old roommate when I went to Villanova for a year and a half. He was from the UK. He was like one of the only exchange students, and he would use he was from Ipswich, England. And Ipswich, which were apparently a bunch of witches out there. Who knows?
Oh, by the way, Peace Kelly. She's ducking out.
Please feel free to come back. Oh yeah, I'm gonna stream this I might as well stream this over in my channel too.
Well, the thing is, she's got two major sinks here. Her middle name, she's of the Golden Dawn, and her last name is Hood. Her maiden name.
Really? That's freaking awesome.
Kelly's a powerful being, dude. Kelly, have a good one, man. We appreciate you. You're awesome. Massive love and gratitude.
Yeah, hold on.
But anyway, I just had to get with that. Yeah. So you had a British friend, and he was saying
words. So he would say fag all the time because he'd want to fag when he was drinking, and he'd use all the English slang that got him.
Dude, was he calling people cunts and stuff?
Oh yeah. He was. I mean, he was a silly kid, man. He was funny, a funny little guy from good old Ipswich.
Ipswich is an interesting location in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, keep going, bro.
Okay. So what we got here? So we're talking about how the sheriff and actually Little John, we're all in on everything here together. The sheriff is a Persian word. Somehow got into the story of Robin Hood. Prince John wore black. Prince John. So Prince John, I'm thinking, no, Prince John wore black. We're getting right back into the Prince of Darkness there story, the Lucifer story, like we were just discussing. Like it's all encoded in here. But apparently this is saying Prince John belonged to the Black Lodge under the cloak of the line of Cohen. I don't know if you'd agree with that. Cohen Green. The priest Robin was safe, which is interesting that the priest Robin Hood, Robin, Tyler Robbins, and that's interesting. Just came back to my mind. Yet his mission was read as his name signifies. And then we're back to the maritime law maid Marion. Why? She knew she'd never get Robin in a nest.
Do you want to hear a breakdown of the word
Robin? Oh, yeah.
Off the top of my head?
Let's do it.
Rue or row. Like the Roman, that actually came from the Rue, right? The Russians. And Rue, yes, it means red, but it could also lean in towards like a black, right? You have the Rue. So row and Rue. Bin is when you look at if you go in like the Middle East or whatever, bin is like your father. Like you go, bin this, bin that, right? And they spell it like it could be spelled B-E-N, it could spell B-N-I. But it means like if like his full name, and names are titles, everyone. They're like Robin is not this person's name, it's a title. And many people in this type of clique have multiple names and titles. So Ro is like the Rue, and Bin is like like his father. So he could have like a whole bunch of long names like Bin, but it'd all be like, this is my father of this, or son of this guy, son of this guy, son of this guy. So that's how I see that, bro. So I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah, no, 100%. And basically what this is getting at, once we get to the maid Marion and how she'd never get Robin in the nest because he was too busy playing with his merry men out in the woods, because he wasn't that type of guy, you know. He didn't go for girls. But they talk about how, you know, you get the one side who are picketing the prince, and then you have another side who are working for the prince. And it's actually it's like a controlled opposition story, because Robin Hood was on the same side as Prince John and the sheriff of Nottingham. And that's basically what this
provocateur.
Yeah, and that's what this, I mean, that
alien
is
dialectic.
It's all there, man. It's all there.
I almost forgot we were reading the paper that we were reading from, where for a minute I thought we were just reading the regular story and we were decoding it, but this guy's already on top of it and decoding it. Like,
well, that's why part of it's even a little difficult to read, because I'm not intending to right away be decoding it as I read it. But he's already done it, a lot of it in the writing, so it's like I'm having to reverse it and then go back forward as I'm reading.
Out, bro. I love when other people come up with similar things that I came up with for myself, and this is a sync. This is a verification. And I'm not even saying I'm brilliant, guys. I'm out here gooning. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like whatever. You know what I mean? But this is incredible. I love this. Is all a sync for me as far as other people, but this person puts it down in a very
And this is Alan Watt, everyone, just in case I didn't mention it at the beginning of the show. Alan Watt, I'll write it in the. He passed away.
Alan Watts was the guy. So I got confused the last time we were going over this. Alan Watts is like that philosopher guy from like 60s and 70s and stuff.
Yeah, different guy, two different guys. Alan Watt was, I believe, Scottish or Irish, the one who wrote this. Yeah. This is his website's cuttingthroughthematrix.com. He passed away 2021, I believe. His wife still runs the YouTube channel, which you can find if you just put Alan Watt Cutting Through the Matrix in YouTube. And she's very cool that she still runs that channel.
Nice. Well, respect. Rest in peace and power to the homie Alan Watt.
Yeah, because Watt was actually asked, Alan Watt was asked to join the, what was it? One of the globalist large think tanks, and he turned him down. And he discussed this in one of the only times he ever did like a small little documentary type hour talk.
And by the way, everyone, just for safety, if anyone emails you or texts you or calls you and says, "We've been watching you, you're so brilliant and smart, we would like to invite you to our super secret society that runs the world," just know that it's probably not true. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but yeah, dude, I had friends that were like, they reached out to me, like, dude, this is, you might as well be talking to the Prince of Nigeria. I mean, what are we even doing here in Scam Central land, you know?
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely don't believe everyone you hear. I do think he probably was because he was in the music world for a while, and which is how he knew a lot about how corrupt the music scene was.
Oh, wait, Chris, but with that said, everyone here listening, you have been chosen. We have been watching you, and Chris Miner and I would like to include you into the realm's major secret society. There is an admission fee. It's $5,000.
Yeah, just pay us a $5,000 a year, and you'll be part of the new young global leaders
Yes, the
society.
new young Dawnian.
Young Donnie and oh man. All right, what else we got here in Phoenician red cedars. What is that? Johnny Appleseed. Dude, they put up a lot of these phallus looking obelisks. They love their phalluses. Why are they so gay?
Oh, by the way, we are. I don't know about Chris, but I know I'm on a watch list, like multiple watch lists.
I don't know if I don't think I am. I've been pretty like stealth about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I am now. Who knows? I just from just the past few months of even being on YouTube, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
and rocking with the Ronin Experience channel is not going to do you any favors.
oh yeah, I mean at that point, but it's all good, man.
No, all this stuff is. Can you scroll up some? There was some stuff, and I know I keep. Hold on. In the phallus stuff, right?
This stuff are higher up here.
Well, it's all. Yeah, it's all related. I mean, arc. This is all good. This is all good stuff right here. We should read.
Shay, you want me to read through the?
Yeah, because there's a lot here, man. This is like a very meaty document.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So to the right is an obelisk from. I don't know why he has it. See, this is also going to come up a few times when we're reading his stuff. He's putting codes now back within the writing from stuff he's decoded before. So ON means something else, and I don't know if it means UN. I don't know what he's referring to by ON here, but he's definitely probably defined this previously in what page are we on? 41, 40 pages before somewhere. And since we're skipping around, I just have no recollection of what that could be right now. So I'll just skip that word. We have an obelisk erected in Central Park, Newark, which is Newark. So great they named it twice. Newark. After all, that is the Big Apple. And there, in the most international of cities, all men become one. Man, Manhattan. Some say it's rotten to the core, but if you slice an apple across the center instead of lengthwise, you get a 5-pointed star. Where the seeds are. This is the hub of world trade, fashion, and where your thoughts for the next month have already been made. You will receive them via Intel. We already know the but he has Tel Levi Zion, the radio, the video.
Yeah, here's just another little like code to put on your little like cheat code piece of paper. Like when you have the like question and the words that end in like conversion and
like
those
vision
things, right? It could be. It's mostly, in my opinion, like Zion, whether it's a T or an S or whatever. And it's a dwelling. The basic definition is like a dwelling of the Lord or the Almighty, but it's also a bit of could be considered, depending on how you look at it, an ark, a bit of a trap. For me, I don't have any arcs above me, but I'm just saying within there, again, with their suffixes, adding Sion, Shin, Zion, could be a trap in how when you breathe, when you talk and speak.
And this also, the dweller of the threshold comes to mind here for the more occult-minded individuals who may have heard that term thrown around.
Yeah, and dude, this is where they hijack the one, like we're all one, right? Now, this is again where they flood the lands with their stuff. They mud flood, and they put and we're all one, right? There's an issue there, right? Because it's kind of sure, ocean, yeah, but it's also a hijack at the same time.
Yeah, well, and
the oneness new agey stuff, which I'm seeing, what I see right here, right now, universe and all that, arc and all that, Atan and all that. Are we all connected? I would say yes. Are we all one love? Yes. But in their version of oneness, in that new agey, there's a lot of this self-help, like, dude, I heard Silas mention it one time, something about this self-help folly type of thing. I love the way he put it, and I can't. I'm not doing a disservice on how he stated it, but it was so on point. This new agey folliness of oneness and all that, it's coming from a good place, but you might be a little slightly hijacked. You know what I'm saying? In that you're getting energy harvested or whatever, or you're getting a little bit
you're getting popped into the hive mind, boys and girls. That's what they're going for. 2 to 1, because 2 into 1, all into one mind, one machine.
Hence that H in Manhattan. Connecting the 2 pillars. And
oh shit! What just happened here? Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on 1 second. Something popped on my.
Hear you. Can you hear me?
Put that back on.
I don't think he can hear me, folks. So we just broke the H.
Talk for me.
Oh, yeah, can you hear me? Yeah,
what the hell's going on with this again?
So we just talked about the connecting.
Dude, why did they do this to us?
And now we just broke the one.
I'm gonna have to pop back out and pop back in because they have muted you on my end for some reason.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
He can't hear me. Okay, he's gonna come back. Figures we're talking. The thing is, we're just talking. We don't know none. Yeah. So this is interesting because I think, so let me see if I read this correctly. They have known every movement of. Let me see. Coming back. All right, Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah, better. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why that happens sometimes, but every once in a while that happens on StreamYard.
We were about to connect our own pillars, bro, and they were like, not happening.
Yeah,
bro.
they were like, that.
You can't connect your own pillars. You need to get with our oneness. And our oneness, there's no room for.
Here we go. It's just, dude, I don't know why. It really is annoying when that happens. It's like, for some reason, every once in a while, and I know what's going on, it switches the audio on StreamYard from what I have it on to the auto, and that pumps everything out. Like, it mutes everyone, and even if you switch it back, you get no sound back. I don't know what's going on, who's doing it, why it's doing, what code is glitched out in their system. It's annoying, though. It is annoying, but here we go. We're back now. So yeah, they want you in one. They want you in a hive mind. I mean, these are transhumanists who want to live forever. The only way they could do that is if they can see, hear, count, and control everything all at once, and make you part of their zombified, unified mind.
Yeah, man. And isn't that great? Ursa, I'm trying to do a very important podcast here. She wants attention. I'm telling you, the thing is she knows all the stuff we're talking about too, Chris.
Yeah,
She
she's
hears me rant about it all the time.
she got the dog stars out tonight probably too.
Oh, is it for real?
Oh yeah, Sirius has been out for. It's been bright.
Hmm. Sorry about that. Okay, now she's done. She looks like she's done. She's had to. Hey, man, it's okay.
Heck yeah, I agree.
I'll mute for a second.
So the once Ronin's beautiful dog stops spreading her knowledge to him. There we go.
All right, well, hold on. keep going. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm trying to talk over here. I have something very cool, brilliant. I have some ghetto brilliance to share with the people.
You see what's happening every time we're about to connect those two our pillars. It's the whole everything starts converging against us.
So think about how you say if you had Chris, if you had 1,000 people kind of looking toward to you for things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get that 1,000 people to operate as one. You're all one. You 1,000 people are all one, right? And dude, you got 1,000 people that'll do whatever you say and move however you want them to move.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the puppets master, right? Like these people get like that's totally obvious. Remove one's own ego. Remove your ego and be nothing and tap into the void and just be with the one collectiveness, right? And you go, sweet. Now you got your strings on the puppets. Now a puppet master with no strings is not. See, look at that. See, so they're just stacked on top. Imagine those 1,000 people stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, and then they are of one mind at that point, and then you get into you could even get into bioenergetics and what people can actually get manifested via the energy of all those minds harnessed in one direction is, I mean, God only knows. God only knows.
Yep.
And I mean, it's like there's so many layers of the energy harvest going on at that point. Because it's also it's like some people are like, they may not believe in the bioenergetic, we create the reality via our perception focused on whatever it is. They may not believe in the literal sense of that, but even if you just do it through like systems of information, by 1,000 minds receiving all of the same information, they're going to be affected by that in their subconscious, which is eventually going to reach their conscious mind, and they're going to then create the things that the information or bring about the things the information is pushing them towards in a greater majority than they would have otherwise. So you could look at it in a metaphysical way or a logical way. It's still there. It's still happening. The energy harvest is still there.
Yeah, and that one paragraph, with that Scion stuff and the radio and the DVD and the Magi, like that's the one of the mechanisms for them to get everyone tapped in and rocking in one sort of way. And we talked about this in earlier in this document that you're sharing.
Yeah, and obviously you could see how long ago Alan must have wrote this, because I don't even think he put the internet on here yet, because they probably didn't, when he wrote it, they probably were just coming out with it.
And it's pretty basic. Oh, dude. So, and I mean basic with respect. So, I shared a video on Friday, and then you were like, hold on, that sounds like a preacher guy that I was hearing in the 50s. And it's like, especially, I can't stand these TikTok-y things, man. And it's like, the preacher guy, it's like obvious. He's just going, hey, look how obvious this is. And you don't need external factors to tell you how obvious stuff, to connect dots and go fluoride in the water, spraying above our heads, putting stuff in the food, then telling you a vision, and then, you know, all this stuff. And then all, you know, you don't need to be a genius to go, oh, that's all a part of the plan and putting it together. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that. And it's like, Chris, I can't stand some of these TikToky things because these new people share stuff in a way where it's like they're divulging some sort of breakthrough info, and it's like, oh man, y'all got me. This is some old shit. Y'all are just rehashing old shit, which is fine, but
Oh, I know. That's why even when I went across the Levi Sion, I was like, I wanted to say television, vision, because that's what you've heard of
yeah,
a thousand TikTokers at this point have said that.
I read it as television. A lot of people focus on the lie, like they're being brilliant. I see it as they're telling you a vision. They're giving you the vision.
Yeah.
But that's me, and I'm not trying to be uppity about it, but that's just me.
And we had Tommy Rogers say, isn't that Cleopatra's Needle? Is that what they consider some of these obelisks? Cleopatra's Needle? But would that make Cleopatra a tranny?
Yeah, who it supposedly banged. Dude, any chicks, I just assume they're dudes. But this looks like it might be called, this is old stuff too. I forget stuff, Tommy Rogers. Like, I forget things. So I believe the name of that Central Park thing, they name it Cleopatra's Needle. I believe. I could be wrong.
Interesting.
1881.
I wonder why they would name it Cleopatra's Needle.
Oh, dude. And I mean, you know, guys, like, if you guys tap in, I mean, we've had so many decodes here. Like, Moonfeather was, you know, we were decoding Cayenne. We brought it back to Brooklyn. Like, look at the original word of Brooklyn. It's like Breu, which is Druids, and the Karasi and the Cayenne. I mean, we've been sharing a lot of deep decodes that you won't hear anywhere else. Cayenne to Guyana. Look up the source of where cayenne peppers come from. It comes from Guyana. And if you don't think across the Ethiopian Sea or Ocean, you have Ghana, and that's not just and then up in Brooklyn, you have the, you know, Karasi, and then out in Cayenne, Cheyenne, Montana. Like, if you don't think all that's connected, I don't know what to tell you. And you won't read that in a book. You only hear it here on the Ronin Experience. Because yes, we are the best, and we are saving the realm one episode at a time. By the way, share this with people. You see us, man. This is the underground sheesh, man. You know.
Yeah, and I have to say that Ronin's channel really gets shadow banned more than any channel I have ever I've been on, at least. That's why I just started sharing these on mine, because just to help get views on them, because you get free and shadow ban the hell out of.
We've been dangerous, and it's original thought too. It's not us rehashing. We're reading stuff here now, but this document resonates with me, like, for sure.
I knew it was gonna, because you talk almost the way he writes, which is funny when you're doing like.
And I've never heard of this guy. So
I know.
I'm like, this is perfect, dude. This is a sync. This is. You find your vibe. People talk about finding their vibe tribe. I mean, rest in power to this cat. I wish we could have been so best friends, you know?
I know, man. I didn't find him. I didn't find him until after he passed away, which I had heard of him, but I had known of the other Alan Watts, and I had heard there was an Alan Watt. I just hadn't looked into his work until the lockdowns had started, and by that time, he was already, like, he was only around, I think, for a few months, and then got sick. So
yeah,
it's sad that we missed out on his, the peak of his career. But I'm sure the stuff he's written, it seems like it's still very, very. What's the word I'm looking for? It still applies. It still is very applicable to what's going on today.
You know, I recommend for everyone, and also myself. I'm talking to the mirror. Every time I speak out here, I'm talking to myself also. Writing down memoirs maybe not to like publish to the public, but maybe to leaving to your people, like your kids, your friends, your fam, and go, yo, if anything happens to me, these are my rights. If you want to know my rights, it's in this little book that I write in. So writing things down and with the goal of for posterity, I think it's important. It's something I need to do, like for real.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real. So what do we have here? I feel like this is he's starting to get into the genetic stuff when he goes, ever why one will like a parade.
Yeah, and then why? I mean, just look at like a funnel. Like, I always look at it like a funnel or a martini glass. You're dripping down 2 into 1.
And it's interesting, even this is here, this 9339, because the funnel effect is something that I've spoken about before. It's in this book called I believe it's called the Dark Shadow of the Beast, or Dark Doorway of the Shadow of the Beast, something along the lines of this. And it's written about Crowley's work with a foreword by Kenneth Grant.
Yo, what's funny is the Y could be seen as a syringe also.
Yeah.
So these not as above, so below, but as
look right here.
Practical things too. So these things, we use the code for utility here. So yeah, I like that. Thank you for reminding us of that. You know what I'm saying?
And I see the word tar, the black tar that you shoot through the needle into your arm.
Tarnations? Yeah. Tartaria? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tarnations. And tar is by itself not bad. And oil is the blood. Shout out Pablo Picasso.
And then we get the wheat from the tares.
Yeah.
Yep. But so this funnel effect thing.
Rate. Oh, get them. Go ahead. I don't want to go ahead. I'm reading ahead.
All good. I'll say this real quickly. The funnel effect. The funnel effect is in this book written by Gareth Hewison May, breaking down stuff that the OTO had written about and Crowley and whatnot. And basically, it's this idea that these image trains that he writes as, he calls them seed images, or seed trains of seeds that are seeds of ideas, basically, are implemented into the minds of the masses through the media. Yeah. And this is how they eventually come through to manifestation and in reality, because the more discordant these seed images are, it's like the more likely for some reason they actually are to start manifesting, which is really
culture is in bacteria, as in they all operate as one. These culture creators, it's, again, they'll give you what you want. These culture creators, bro.
Well, and I think why the discordant messages actually manifest is because of the emotion. So it generates an emotional tension that then needs to be released. And that's how it's released in the manifesting of the events that were seeded through the funnel effect. I can't remember if in this book he actually was saying you need to use the funnel effect to make sure you don't take in bad information, or you can separate bad information, or if he was saying the funnel effect is the actual implementation and distribution of the information itself. But either way, you guys get the idea.
It can be both.
Yeah.
On Friday, Kelly, she's not here anymore, but she mentioned how you get out of a cyclone and right? Clone, right? That's the whole. We talked about that a lot. And again, there's one definition of Kari Karibe as being a whirlpool.
And see, there's that's how it was depicted. Actually, the funnel effect in the book. There's an image that I used to share on some of the podcasts when I discussed that book, which I could bring that book up if you want a little bit. But they had the funnel effect looking like it was basically a field that had turned into a cyclone-looking distortion.
Yeah. And she mentioned you go down to the bottom to get out of it. And that's how I guess you would do in real life if you were actually caught in a whirlpool. But like they have diagrams, them people, when it comes to like the financial, just looking at the actual like money side, right? Usury and all that. They have the cyclone thing where you're on the bottom you and I, guys, right? We pay our extortion and all that, and it goes cycloned up,
Mm-hmm.
right, and then into their pockets and then back around. There's a real specific, detailed diagram just in relation to the money part that they made, by the way, not like a conspiracy person. Like they literally made it as their own diagram. It's very detailed. But anyway, that's just an anecdotal thing, but it is relevant.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. What were you seeing that you were liking when you were looking ahead?
Oh, bro, pirate. I mean, I'm pirate. Shout out pirate.
Oh, wait, where we got the pirates? Where we got the pirates? You see it? You want to read it? Oh, down here. Okay.
But we got to build, yo. This is a build. You can't just go straight to the penthouse. You can't go to the top of the cyclone, folks. You got to go through the the whirlwind to go.
Yeah.
And it's a psi, emphasis on psi, like psyop, psychological. And that's one of their, I think this document spoke earlier where it was talking about their psychological experts and psychologists. They've been studying y'all, the human, and how to poke and prod y'all with these messages. This was spoke. I know a lot of us know this is all, we know this already, but it's still good to refresh and know. The Torah, bro.
Yeah, of course. And the altar, the altar is right.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, and that's what they're all about. People creating altars and worshiping and giving your energy, as we were just talking about.
So, P's and F's are interchangeable. Phi, pi, they're interchangeable. Shout out pirates. Funny thing is, you guys know what I'm about. I'm about cryptography. I'm about peer-to-peer money, and no one needs to know who I'm dealing with and who I'm talking with. So Pirate Chain is up to 75 cents. Let's go. That sucker's going to $75 real soon. Because you can't see it. How you want to starve the beast? What do we do? Okay, what do we do? Yo, get on the pirate chain, yo. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Y'all are gonna know. Y'all are gonna know, yo. Privacy and piracy is the way. No one needs to know any information. We're out here in the open water sharing on the ocean. But when we deal, it's because we voluntarily have chosen to do so. But you know what I mean? So how do you starve the beast? Starve them of data. You know what I mean? You don't need like your Series and all these surveillance devices in your house. I'm on a surveillance device right now, but if you know how to lock it down, you know how to put it away, let's go. Pi, key. Anytime you see the word key, just think of the word chi. Just think of the word she, like key, energy, right? Pi, key. That's where the, Shah, Cherokee, Cairo key.
Yeah, and this is like, I mean,
is not a suffix. It's a su. It's a legit. Anytime you see the word key, just know it's about chi. It's about your key, and it's an important word.
Yeah, buddy. And this is their daddy, Pike, Albert, the Mason's daddy, at least. Not the daddy of all of them, but I mean, a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff. I think we actually could probably go.
His real name, dude.
Oh yeah, it seems like it's like some sort of pseudonym that he was using. But I mean, Pike. You just think of right when I hear it, you think of like a spike. You think of a spear shaker. You think of Lad the Impaler.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, and we know that Pike was a Black Lodge type.
Mm-hmm. And the Ra legions. So beware of the legions of Ra. Legions, religions.
And that's even in the God. That's in your goddamn Bibles. I'm sorry to take God's name in vain.
Bull, the duality bull, the Taurus. The Bible in word is Taurus. And the heliocentric model of you spinning ball. I don't know about you all, but I don't love a bunch of balls in, you know what I mean? If you don't love balls, that's on you. You might be a fasci. You know what I'm saying? You might be into fascies, okay? But me, not me, yo. So you're not. There's not a heliocentric model. So hijack. Here we go. Sue.
Yeah, another Sue reference. So why it's icy? Why it's icy? The more you climb, and the see, I don't even know the octo or what is he saying here? See, I don't even know what he's saying. I gotta like read this or H2O. Why the H2O freezes at 32? Ah, but I digress. For if you mine Sue or mince you, and hit the diamond, you will be elevated like a pair of Easterners.
So Diamond is like daemon. It's like demon, but it's
Yeah.
also Monday. So if you hate the Mondays, it's daemon, and daemon is gnosis. It's moon and day. It's sun and moon. It's gnosis. So daemons are, at least in the idea is gnosis, not to be afraid of. But in their version, daemon. I would personally. I don't include daemon into my grimoire, but I do like gnosis, and I do like the moon and the sun putting together, and fire and ice, and rocking the middle path, and in between, and not choosing one way or the other. But I will zigzag my way into the fire, and then back into the cold, and then eventually level out and balance out.
Well, see, you know what I'm reading when I'm looking at it too. If it is diamond, it could mean like third eye. And if you mine Sue, if you like it seems like he's almost getting into if you're doing like a sort of Easterner type of meditative state to open up the third eye, you'll be elevated. Elevated like a pair of Easterners, yeah.
Emphasis on the 8.
And there's your one eye. Who will make one eye the old fashioned way? They steal it. So there's your fascia again.
Which when cut by fellers to make ships
goes right to the bottom.
Boiling. Bruh.
Dude, he gets see some of it's like,
he talks the way we talk.
Yeah, it's just some of it I haven't even heard before, so I'm like trying to make sure I know what he's saying.
Yeah. Oh, and we're on this tip too, Tommy. Like straight up.
What did he say?
It's them planting their flagpole, like, hey, gene modification.
Oh yeah, that's all they care about at this point, because they're testing out stuff on us so they can use on them. Yeah. If it works, but I think they're figuring out that it's not going to ever really work the way they want it. That's why they're getting the AI to just take over everything and hope they can transfer.
Rachel, I don't want to spend time breaking down her name, but shout out Rachel Higgins. Yeah.
Rochelle.
Enki for sure. I mean, these letters, they're, knowing your rights and all that, and your grimoire for sure. Shout out to the 8 listeners.
And we got an 8 on yours, and we got 4 on mine, so 12.
And by the way, I'm not a subscriber to like the books of Enoch and things and Lil Enki. I know it's a big thing. I know it's duality. I feel like those are, brother versus brother type of thing. I feel like there's a lot of hijackery mixed in there. When you boil it all down, yes, there's some metaphysical truth there, I believe, on how this realm is the essence of this realm, yes. But I believe the stories of the Enlil Enkis and the brothers and all that, there's something that just doesn't sound right to me. And when it doesn't sound right, that means the notes are wrong. That means the harmony's off, and
they love their twins, the twin story.
Yeah, they
love the story of the twins.
We're talking about the H and all that, and you know what I mean? So there's something doesn't feel right there. But also, this is where we were talking about earlier, Chris, where there's some, in my opinion, some very nature-related things that are legit, and these people mimic these things.
Mm-hmm.
And like make something similar. We talked about sim last time.
Yep.
In that oneness, in that fake one, that zombie oneness.
Zombify one, zombify mine, baby.
Oneness, you know what I mean? So there's some, so you guys get, Chris, you get it, right? Like
totally. And regarding Enoch, I feel like that's kind of their, like, they love, that's the social engineers love that story, because I think Enoch, as far as I'm remembering, doesn't he become Metatron? So it's kind of like this idea that they can become gods, and then that you have all of these stories mentioned in there, even if they're stated in a way where it seems like they're telling you all these bad things that happened. Bro. I don't like with the fallen, and how the fallen, and then how all the men started dressing like women. I think it's more of like something that they actually enjoy.
Yeah, and just here's an old. Okay, so I really appreciate some of the new homies coming around. Maybe you guys are new to me, and I appreciate this. I do find myself bringing up some old decodes that I do find relevant, and one is you. And I mentioned this a long time ago and still valid. The double U is literally duality. The letter double U. It used to be just V, and they would put V 5 and to make the 1, and then they changed it to a double U. I believe the letter U is in one of those letters that have been added as a hijack, actually, believe it or not. So, like,
it used to be V.
Used to be V. So I'm for those that don't know, I'm super fasci for the Phoenicians. I'm fasci for the Phoenicians. You know what I mean? And they had they had a few less letters, so there's a lot of letters that have been added. And so you, in my opinion, I'm not, and I might change my mind during the show. But you is one of them things that's interesting. But I love it because it shines a lot of light on things. Do you guys? Okay, so Chris, we have a question, and Rachel Higg says this is a Viking name. Now, this is where feelings may get hurt when it comes to.
I mean, I think firstly there's certain little Higgs boson thing when I hear Higg. But, yeah. So, but I mean, I can't hold that against her, that being in the name. So I'm sure there's something else we could find.
So one issue with the Nori, and if the timeline adds up, I'll go off the timeline. In 1500, again, this may or may not be correct on the timeline. They hired the Garamans, the Garamentes, the Germans, to come and slaughter all of the Nori. They gathered them up. The Vati, so there was a battle. Again, this is where you get that in Lanky thing, but in modern day, somewhat modern day, there was a battle, and the Vedi Khan was taken over, and they were like, we need to take out the Nori in what you would call Norway now. And they didn't have that army, so they would, enlist like Garamans and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Germans at the time. And they went and slaughtered supposedly this, as the story goes, right? So it's really difficult for me sometimes when, everything's been hijacked and people have been moved around and different names have been changed around, and literally different peoples. Like, you guys this may be very far-fetched for many, but I even think like Africa was recently populated with darker skinned people in, like, if you look into the Fulani, if you look into the migrations from, the from the east into what we call Arabia, into what we call Africa, that's actually relatively new. When I say new, I mean like, I don't know, 500, 600, 700 years. I'm not talking 100,000 years. So if you notice and you go, how could you say such a thing? Africa, Mama Africa? That's where all the black people come from. And the cradle of civilization. Okay, I know that's what Wikipedia says. I get it. The thing is, we even notice today people movers, right? Migration movers, different people's being moved around. So you go, okay, well, what does that have to do with my original question? It's tough for me to go, talk about Vikings without hurting people's feelings, and it's difficult for me to talk about certain changes that have happened that go against a lot of their stories. This is my story. You have his story and their stories. This is my story, the mystery. So welcome to the mist. And I said before, for the homies that are new, there's power in the mist. That's where fire and ice meet and make mist, and that's where the gnosis is. So
interesting connection though to Hig, because we have the word Hig with one G from the apparently the Germanic, but there's also a version of it that's from, where is it saying? It's like a Saxon version where it's cut grass or mown for fodder.
Yeah.
And usually like in the morning when you cut the grass, it becomes this word Hig becomes hue, but that's when the dew is there, the mist. Yeah, exactly like you were saying.
Dew.
And Hig also means to strive, to hasten, or fast and violent too. So it's another.
Get them. And for those that don't know who the Scythians were, the back to Scythians in vernacular became Sakai. The Sakai became the Saxons. The Saxons originate from the Sakai, and the Sakai were a Sioux people. They were a serpent people. Hence, when you go to Land, and back in the day, they talked about removing the serpents from Land. And, there's a lot of interactions between, these areas that we call Europe now and America. Just look up a place right next to me that I go hiking all the time in this awesome waterfall in Alabama. Look up Marduk, the legend of Marduk in Alabama. A prince of Land escaped, took his treasures, had his homies, and went there. And this was like 1,000 years ago. So there was interactions. There were marriage. There's a marriage list between the Dodas and the anyway, oh gosh, I can't. There's a marriage list between the Americas, and especially look up the Welsh Kings list, and you see that famous dude, Highway, right? I forget his real name, but they made movies. They make movies about every Viking movie, and they take out Northumbria and all that stuff. That king is like famous in all the movies. Why would they constantly make stories over and over and over again of this person? It's to psychologically mess with you, right, Chris? Like,
is it Hiwalda? Is that his name?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I just see it. So the House of Wessex.
Yeah. So if you look up all the names and do all Rhodesia, not Rhodesia, but there's a Rodon, or all.
There's an Anard ap Rodri. Anard ap Rodri.
So Rodri's another famous one.
Yeah, Rodri Moore the Great.
Yeah, but from a decoder perspective, right? These names, and when you picture in your mind what you think they look like, the problem is a lot of that is the propaganda. That's the propaganda stuff that we're talking about. That's the chaos magic. That's the Crowley sigil magic of implanting ideas into your head and fudging with the past to fudge with us now in the future. So that, again, I say, Chris, bro, we say all that, in my opinion, I'll speak for myself, to talk about Viking stuff can get uncomfortable. And I appreciate your comments saying you won't be offended. We're just trying to figure stuff out here. And I don't have all the answers. You know what I mean? I'm just, but the past is not what you think it is, right? We all know that. And if you go, yeah, we know that. But I think it's not only not what you think it is, but it's even more not what you think it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And the stuff that I share is pretty rare. And Chris, stuff that I share, my decodes can be very,
Yeah, yeah.
paradigm.
And you got some original stuff that I've never even heard anyone else talk about before, and I don't. That doesn't mean that anyone even has to agree with it, because I don't. I'm sure I don't agree with everything that you believe in, just like you don't agree with everything I believe in. So
I mean,
anyone
I'm trying
here,
to figure it out, man. And it
so
comes
no
from,
one here has to be offended. We're all friends here.
yeah. And what do you want to do? Sit around and just agree with each other and share the same stuff, dude? All of us can go and read about Lil Anki and the Box Saga, which I respect the Box Saga, but there's other like I do my own programming, and it's not always. I won't pretend like it's always correct, but I feel like I'm on the stuff, and it
100%, dude.
changes too. So otherwise, again, this is the underground. This is the shadow band channel. We are in the shadow realm, and that's where the mist and that's where the gnosis is. So it's not popular to fucking break everyone's paradigms on their shit. And they go, no, whatever they're anchored into and firm minded into, it's like not popular to go against the 99.9999%.
Well, and I think everyone will start noticing more and more that anytime, like, especially when there's a huge public outcry against something because it's really hurting their emotions, because it's breaking their belief system, and they're like disassociating a bit. Usually the thing they're disassociating over is the opposite of what they believe in, which is what we saw a lot of during 2020 to 2024 with all the COVID stuff. So it's just something to look at.
And here's another duality thing. Oh, absolutely. Here's another duality thing. We talk about the Prussians. I mean, Chris has heard me talk about this before with the two tonics, the two tonics, the two, right? Right? And then turning into Templars. The two tonics come from Chinggis Khan, the Khan, right? King Khan, right? That's where the two tonics come from. That's where the Ru come from. And this will blow a lot of people's minds. But
well, look at what's going on here. We got the red beacon, or the red bacon, basically Francis Bacon. So we have a red beacon. I mean, it's getting right into the same sort of decodes you're making here.
So the Ru, Bay, Khan.
Yep.
Khan.
There you go. Exactly.
And the Franks.
Yep. And then we have the gray friars, the grays. We got grays. And we have the color of mist.
Get them. Yo, bro, I didn't even read this stuff.
I know, I didn't see that either there.
Dude, we are sinking. This article is sinking. Maybe I'm being nudged a certain direction here, but this is sinking with the yammering we've been doing.
So this is interesting because it says, despite their gray friars, the color being the color of mist, their robes were brownish red. And that makes me think of like the idea of the, what is it? The like vapor canopy people sometimes talk about, like this old violet sort of atmosphere that sometimes is suggested by parts of the various alternative truther community groups. I don't know if you have thoughts on that.
The word friars connects with the Prussians, but earlier, like fry. Also, F's and P's are interchangeable. So, I mean, gosh, you even have, obviously, you have Fidea and that, but you also have, why is the Frisians coming to mind? I'm not sure, Chris. Sorry. There's something there, but I can't come up with it right now.
No problem. I mean,
parentheses, he has Khan and priest right there.
Yeah. Of course. It's he's on it right here, dude. He's on it. I mean, he's getting into the basically what we've been talking about for the majority of this show, and that's this creation of language, and the use of it for control. And he's getting into here how the new language was English, like it was to be the universal language of the future, which I think actually, I don't know if that's going to be it anymore, but who knows? But he's getting into Francis Bacon now and back to John Dee, I'm sure, and the early programmers. And I mean, we got into a lot of this 2 shows back. But to them, this, the perfect language was number.
Yeah, and that's what, like, bro, like I'll be honest, I don't feel that cat archaic, and I'm not,
I don't either. I mean,
so, and again, look at the people we have. Look how, like, we get no respect, Chris. No respect, I tell you, no respect.
And I mean, we all know Archaics has a shady history. Apparently, we don't need to get too into it.
Yeah. Also,
but
yeah.
Who knows?
Also,
who knows where he could have been seated from?
Yeah,
I'll just tell you that's how.
Some of
I'm
the
not saying.
cliques
I'm not saying he works for anyone, but that's how, if you wanted to put someone out in the public, that's how
Bro,
like a police agency or a federal agency would do it.
I found that cat through another cat that I had problems with, and like real problems with. Those cats run together, yo. Like, Waters Above Crypto, yo. If you all are into that cat, man, I'm telling you, I personally know. I'm telling you, beware. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? Does these people spit some truth? Sure. That's how they get you in. And decode your. I'm telling you guys.
And I have nothing against him because I have never spoken to him. I'm just saying my gut is like, I don't resonate with some of this stuff. So if you guys want to listen to him, you got to take what you can from him. Take what you can if you're listening to him.
Yeah, but and I know, like, I know things about some people.
Yeah, no, I know.
And yeah. But again, guys, if you want the answers, for real answers, if you want to be for real errands and really get raptured in the whatever the next comet planet coming your way, or the Phoenix event, or whatever, dude, guys, donate to this channel, man. I'm telling you, man, join the club. It's only what did we say? $5,000
$5,000 a month.
$5,000 a month, guys. Is it
$5,000
really
a month?
Is it really too much to ask to
be in the secret brotherhood?
To join the secret brother and sister hood?
Yeah.
No hoods. You can wear a hood or not wear a hood. It's up to you. You can keep your own autonomy, but you will need a tattoo on your forehead that says TRE, and that way they know. That way they know that you're in.
Yeah. I like what he's saying here. Like how he's saying.
I agree. I mean, talk about like not being real because you know where. Yeah. Trust me. Yes. And if we want to be dangerous, man, we could be so dangerous out here. It's not even funny, but authenticity is the way. And right or wrong, I never. I can tell you, I'm not always right, but I'm never lying. That's for sure.
Exactly. I'm same here, but you almost said like an Italian thing that I feel like my parents have said like before as a joke, and it's like I feel like Tony Soprano even said it. Like I even tell the truth even when I lie, and I thought that's what you were gonna say first, but no, yeah, you may not always be right, but you're never lying.
There's a way to feng shui. There's a way to feng shui some verbal acrobatics if you want to. You know what I mean?
But you said 100%.
Your girl says, "How do I look in this outfit?" You can tell her something. You can lie and tell her the truth at the same time. You know what I
mean? Yeah. What is he saying here? So Alan's getting into also like the True human thought is not limited to binary code thinking unless it has been trained to do so. Basically, the emotional factors that make us human are what they're trying to get rid of. We all know this here. This is new. This is older stuff. They will use bioengineering. This is kind of what we were talking before. The net 10 catches bees, which are on that which, I don't know why he does this either, this ER. I forgot why he puts that in there. Flows while a web watches those which fly. This is getting into the net and them catching your data and eventually your persona. So masons past the freezing point are hard as ice, and diamonds or diamonds cut the harder stone below, which is the meaning of the carefully arranged stones on the 12 different precious stone breastplate of the priest class. And then he gets into all that here. And we're back into the faggery. Secret religion. Secret religion, and this is what we said. This is literally everything we were saying in the morning, or not in the morning, in the beginning about the morning and evening star and the sort of Luciferian distortions and worship.
Oh, and he has different stuff here. Rely John. I mean, I see it differently in but rely on Khan. Rely on your Khan. The strange thing is,
well, a lot of them are like they worship like that head of John the Baptist sort of thing. I think that might be where that's going. Also, the king, one of the kings, where it's more so. I think he's getting into the Baphomet sort of stuff.
Well, let me ask you this, Chris. Let me ask you this question. Relying on a Khan, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel about having a really, so I know this is a strange philosophies intermix. Are you down with, if you have an awesome Khan and they're kin and they're a king, but they're really cool, are you down with supporting them and relying on them and going, dude, my Khan is awesome, my draw Khan is awesome? Or do you stick with, solo mission? Like,
I think
a leader,
I think I stick with solo mission, man.
versus follower, a leader follower, but the leader is really, really cool and has your best interest in mind, respectively.
I feel like if the leader's cool, he won't care he'll be cool with me staying solo. You know, as long as I ain't gonna violate natural law and mess with his game.
So is tribal style where you go, the tribe, and there's a tribal leader. By the way, the word like I've decoded it, like things like Dakota and things like that. Is like a chieftain, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
you're in the village, in the tribe, and there's a chieftain, and they're cool, they're not jerks, right? They're not idiots. They're not selfish, and they're doing what's best for the tribe, village. Are you cool with that? Or are you still gonna be like, hey man, I'm gonna do what I want, bro? Are you cool with going?
I mean, that's kind of different because it depends how big. Oh yeah, because I mean, at that point, we all end up in these hierarchical family-like structures sometimes, and sometimes if they're natural, like if that's what's best for people and it's not violating your autonomy, just really not that much of a problem with it.
So it's kind of interesting to have a really incredible. This is what they broke a lot to weaken us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the nuclear family and all that stuff, right? So
well, yeah, and people gotta realize they don't know everything all the time, and you have to respect.
Well, you have elders.
Your elders and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a patriarchy and a matriarchy. You have wise elders that are males, that they're chieftains, they're And then you have also the matriarchs that are cool, and they have cool stuff too. And you're young and you grow, and maybe eventually you become a elder thing.
Exactly.
They broke that, dog.
Yeah, no, they did. I mean, they did it really easily too.
So when looking at some of these cons and co's and all that, maybe some of them didn't suck so bad. Maybe some of them are cool, but they got wrecked, and now these jerk offs have taken over.
Absolutely, I'm sure
This
that's.
paragraph is fire, bro.
I'm sure that's. Yeah, this is getting into all this stuff you were like. It's now it's going back from the John to the con.
Dude, let's read this. Can you read this paragraph? And I will shush.
From here, yeah.
Dude, I read the whole. This paragraph is fire, dude.
All right, so so Louis Cypher, according to the ancient mysteries, is the eternal hero of the hidden elite and Freemasonry. The eternal rebel who prevents stag, symbol of peace, nation, or stagnation, the bitter enemy of those in the great work. Sir Francis Drake from French drag, a lady's false hunt, left dove, a dover, and the golden hind. So that's a lot of a lot of his decoding and encoding there.
The Hindu and the golden horde, not India. But Hind, that's Hindu. That's interesting. I'm just talking out loud. Continue, my friend, please.
And I also think it might be like leftover in the golden hind too. But take from that what you will. Interestingly, drag. So he's connecting something here with drag, being in drag. Dragon in French was their name for carbine, which breathed fire. So that sounds like a dragon or something like a machine. When England created the Redcoats, one of the first regiments made was the Dragoons, Red Dragons. They wore tight breeches, a term transferred to breech-loading rifles, and a second French meaning for drag is to swallow the pill and bite the bullet. Sexual, perverse type language is incorporated all through the military. An order from the Vatican was a papal bull, later a con prieston, or a canon, from Old Greek canon, meaning the straight rod or cane. The Greek authors were called canons? Just
bro,
canons?
You know what, man?
Or canwans?
Chris, he's saying the he says Vatican. I came up with that on my own, bro. And I connected with the Vedas. And earlier, the Hind, and it's in the Hindus, dude. I connected this in my own little brain, on my own, and this guy's saying.
Well, and you know what? He might be actually saying Vatican, like canon.
Oh yeah, well.
But you could make con obviously too. So.
And the papal bull. Oh my gosh! Like, continue. This is like, yeah.
And I think the reason for the can might be to cane, so they're connecting the Vatican with cane.
Okay. Well, I see it a little different, but it's okay.
But I mean, I think there's both in there, like what you think, and I think he's kind of doing both.
Yeah, it's relevant.
Yeah. So this is back to cons here, of on like the word fire.
Dragon breath, dude.
Yeah.
I was cons, dragon, but I was connecting with America. Canada.
So,
now, don't forget Canada, folks, and the Canaanites.
Yeah. So when a bull et is placed in the breech, the bolt is shot home, and the rifle is then cocked. The order is aim, IM, fire. Gunpowder was introduced in England by Francis Cane monk Roger Bacon. Guerre is French for war, and the rod of war and the Jolly Roger was the battle flag of the K Knights Templar. In AC, alternating current goes both ways. Clark Priest scribes, 2001. The first predator was an ape, which used to murder to create a new order. It used a thigh bone or a femur as the weep on, or weapon, hence the crossed bones of the Jolly Roger. So Fe is chem, symbol for iron, mer, French for wall. So the iron wall.
Yeah, so FYI, okay, Fe is also Ve and is also Day. Just look up the land of Bassa. It's in like modern day, what they call Liberia. The land of the Fe, the land of the Day, Dey, the land of the Ve, Vey. Now, if you're into Fe, look up land of the Bassa, land of the Fe. There's literal land. Now, who cares? And Chem, for anyone that wants to know about Kemet, which means dark, fertile soil outside of Memphis, is in, you guessed it, America, folks. Dark, fertile soil outside of Memphis, Kemet. The Mississippi that floods often is one of the most fertile like places like in the realm. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of a FYI. So you have Faye. So know your where it's coming from what, you know what I mean? And yeah.
Yeah, and he seems to be connecting this to Mars and the Plan ET, the planet of Mars, which is getting into the alien sort of alien god idea, and also Russia, the Iron Curtain.
You know, like this comment. So one of my points of view is that these old, these root words and these old technologies and these old concepts and philosophies and theologies, whatever, I don't see them as dark and evil all the time, like ever really. I see the hijackery being dark, and I see the inversion being put. So basically, stuff that's cool, they make it sound not cool. You know what I mean? Stuff that was not cool, they make it sound cool. So this etymology, these ideas, and these people that have currently have taken over the realm. Are they people? We talk about that, but not everything back in the day is bad. It's just the inversion turned it into bad, bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. That's the way I see things.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. There's so much here, so. There's so much here. He gets into the double crossers of the. Now he's changing the way he's saying religion. Also, I think he's getting into the dog priests, who were actually feminine, and it's interesting. He's right, because if you remember the protests that were going on or there were riots and protests and whatnot by the feminist types in the UK when the girls were all barking like dogs. The leftist girls with the colored hair, who were half of them might have been men, but the dog priests, and he mentions how like this is all the castration for initiation, and the inversion of all standards leads to this sort of stuff. So, yeah, and
I mean, you have Anubis, kind of like a dog from
that's the
Central America. That dog is from Central America, an actual dog, indigenous to Central America. There was no dogs that looked like Anubis in that northern, what they call Africa now, area.
It's a jackal, right?
No, it's an actual.
Is it like a wild dog?
Yeah. People have them as pets too. they're domesticated and they're wild, like, but they're indigenous to like Central America and stuff, Mexico, Moshe, Co.
Hmm. Hmm. This is interesting that the secret of the Queen of He Haven or He Haven Heaven is that, like the Mason god of Albert Pike, it is an it. They wrote the clues in every religion and brainwashed the people to worship their it. And IT is, I mean, information technology, but also it.
Yeah.
It can be anything. It could be like the show that just came out based on the movie, Demonic Shapeshifter.
What is that, a show?
Yeah, remember the clown It? It just came out. The It television show on HBO just came out based on the movies.
I haven't seen it. I was not. It was, I would admit,
Really gory, man. Really like they're really amping up the.
I don't like that imagery. I don't like that imagery in my brain piece.
And it's not as bad as, like, I had to turn off the Ed Gaines thing on Netflix. I couldn't watch it, but it's not as bad as that. But it's seems way more intense than the movies were.
Yeah. So I mean, real quick question. I mean, where are you on clowns looking like
like the Fawn?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure some of them did if they embodied themselves in a way. I mean, I think that's, to even speculate on what the Fallen were and look like is kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult. I feel like I'd just be making shit up at that point.
Bro, do you think that at some point back in the day, humans, our species, were just nothing but slaves at some point in one iteration?
Could be.
And then those weird clown and all them weirdos being weird, and somehow there was an uprising?
It could be. It could be. Man, that's the problem. It's like, how far can you go back, and then where does it?
I mean, it's probably different time, like different cycles of things. Like maybe that was a thing, and then after that, it was a quote unquote, if I can just use this term, I'm real loosely, like golden age of humans and having awesome technology and being breatharians and what I mean, like everything sound and everything, good vibes and all that, and then getting wrecked somehow, taken back over, and now we're in this space in a cycle where the goal is to turn us back into that one cycle where it was slaves. I'm not saying it's going to happen like tomorrow, but like, and then it's just the cycle repeats. Is that a thing you think?
Yeah, I mean, I do see that the world is like in the ages is occurring cyclically and repeating or rhyming at least. And I actually think that's why we get these myths that may not be myths of advanced civilizations that fall when they start messing with similar technology that we're messing with now, and they have to start rebuilding. And it seems like these families that are like cults that survive somehow throughout these really destructive events keep trying to do the same goddamn thing over and over again. And they constantly think they're going to succeed. And instead they wind up wiping out a lot of people.
Yeah, and they go, dang it, we got the recipe wrong. Let's try again next cycle. And you're like, come on, guys. You guys wrecked everything. It's like, oh, next time we'll add a little more of this or that. It's like,
yeah, and now I don't know why they're so stupid to keep continuing it, but I think it might be because they're scared of what happens when the game here ends and they have to.
Well, that's what I was saying, like, on Friday, this couple days ago, like, and they show this in imagery in Hollywood, so this isn't necessarily an original thought. This is based on a lot of things they've shown. That is collapsing this realm and then getting ipso facto to like a different realm based on the fact that they destroyed this one. It's like the pillars, crushing the pillars. There's above impenetrable layer above us. There's an impenetrable layer below us. I bet you. I do believe in infinite plane. That's just FYI. I could change my mind, but I don't believe in domes. I believe in infinite planes. And so this is a realm of you can't go super high, you can't go super low, and then they go, how do we get out of here? And
Yeah.
puddle theory. So with infinite plane, also in my words, I call it puddle theory, where it's just like this sun makes a puddle here, and then maybe are there other suns with other puddles? I don't know, but I think it's potentially possible. So you go, how do I transcend? We've been here and we've been screwing everybody over and doing the worst of the worst. It's like, well, we're not going to get there based on getting lighter because we're so daggone heavy and dense. Let's destroy this sucker, and then there's no other place to put us but somewhere else.
And that's like literally the Mithras cult sort of talks about this, how they keep trying to escape one reality and winding up, or the god they worship escapes one reality, winds up in another, then eventually winds up just starting back over at the beginning.
Yeah, bro.
Until he's imprisoned.
And hey, man, I'm not one to try to stop anyone from trying to elevate. But hey, when the idea is to destroy the realm to elevate, I'm not a big, hey man, that also affects me, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, calm down. So
yeah, exactly.
Come back and try again. You'll figure it out later. Here's a question, but that's the basis of all this evil, quote unquote, evil stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The basis of all this. So when you boil it down, boil it down, it seems like this is what's happening. Now, is this a simulation? I'm looking at numbers. Is it a code, right? An actual code. And I don't see it as a 2D code. I see it as a conical shaped mathematic code, but a code nonetheless. And it seems that way. Fibonacci sequence, golden ratio stuff. But here's a question from Rachel. What did we think Higgs was?
Well, there was something about cutting grass. That's why I kind of connected it to do. It also meant like fast and violent. It also meant to sleep in the hay or to strike. And hew. It eventually became hew. Hew. Hew.
Many meanings.
Which is to chop, hack, or to sew, hold, fasten. So
I like it. Somehow blend all those meanings into one. And so to me, that's actually a beautiful, the Higon, it sounds really beautiful now that Chris has broke it down like that. All positivity on that. And Rachel is, let's keep going. Rachel's a word of its own. Hey guys, do either of you have an opinion or where Australia, fits in with all this? Some say Prison Isle. I feel it's older, obviously. Civilization wise than people think. Yeah, I mean that prison thing is pretty new. By the way, they were supposed to send them to Georgia. The mainstream thing is they were going to send the prisoners to Georgia, America, where I'm at, and then this is Wikipedia, right? Cheatopedia, Fakepedia.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, that got rejected, and they sent them to Australia. This is obviously not how things went, but that's how they wrote it down. Australia is that's brand new prison. That sucker has probably been, dude, I don't even know, connected to, what was that called? What's that other lost land called? New Zealander or something? I know there's a New Zealand, but it was like Zealandia or something.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it.
But yeah, it's on those maps. You see Lemur, and who knows how real those maps are. But dude, Australia is something, In fact, where's even the origins of the name Australia? Really, truly.
Yeah. Exactly.
I've decided I don't have the time to figure it out because I feel like it's going to take me a couple years to really figure out where the word Australia comes from.
Australia's southern. I think it means southern terra. So southern land. It seems like I think it's yes. Southern wind, southern land. So I guess
And you think
Austro to shine. So to shine. Aurora. You get into Astart.
a star? I
The
like that.
dawn. The dawn. The dawn. I mean, it is
I like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's something about the dawn.
And remove the suffixes. Remove the ia. Just for that's their verbiage or the lia. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Australia is like a interesting place because it is like
I've been there
similar
twice.
similar to if they're connecting it here in the etymology to Aurora, the goddess of the dawn, similar to Aurora, Colorado, where they run a bunch of ops by intelligence agencies and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think they do the same in Australia. They use it as like a testing ground for
And
things.
Austria is
Hmm.
not far off. Like
Yeah, exactly,
they're cousins in wordology.
exactly, exactly.
Ostracized. Now, see, this is where the hijack comes in. This is like you go, this is new. This is new. By new I mean recent. They made is Australia. They send prisoners there, and they go, "We're gonna." The verbiage comes from ostracized, right? Like that's. I wouldn't trust. I would look, my friend, like a little bit beyond that. You know what I'm saying? Like past that. And I say that like for real. Like as I said earlier, they demonize cool stuff, and they make really sucky stuff sound cool. That's like my first glance. If them people say this is what it is, my instinct is to say it's probably a complete 180. Yeah, it sounds the same. Now you have to look at, now if you want to get into it, Jake, you got to look at the word ostracized like in a real way, and how I do it. I'm not telling anyone what to do. Syllable by syllable. Like I don't even go by the letters most of the time. I go syllable by syllable. Os, right? Tra, sized, and there's a lot of suffixes in there, like I said. So when you really boil it down, even just a little bit, you'll find that ostracized and Australia are actually not the same. But if you say it fast, and plus I've been blazing, yeah, they sound the same.
Hmm.
But they could not be. And I don't know. I haven't really sat and thought about it. But even just yeah, I don't think it's. I think the ostracized and the prison thing is related to hiding the glory of an amazing land and an amazing sigil. Remember,
Well, think
word.
about it. It's the land of Oz. It's Oz. You know, they're Aussies. The land of Oz, Australia. So,
Yeah. Oh, and
yeah.
then they built all type of other things. Oz. Yeah, that's beautiful. So to turn something maybe powerful and beautiful, sigils, letters or sigils, they give out a frequency and a sound, right? So to cover up the power, they'll go, we send a bunch of prisoners there, and then reconsider that land to be synonymous with ostracized. And it's like, it doesn't. That's my opinion, by the way, Jake. I'm not, I don't know. I'm just, yeah, I mean, that's what I think about it anyway.
Yeah, buddy. It's funny. Here's Enoch or the eunuch.
Mm.
So that's the priest who abandoned his foundations as a priest, and yeah, that's, I mean, kind of what we were saying before.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Ori is a fun word. Like orient is a fun word.
Yeah, yeah. Orient where you're gonna orient yourself to.
Yeah, again, guys, it's a game changer when you start going syllable by syllable. I'm telling you, yo.
What else we got here? Anything else interesting? Yeah.
I mean, if you guys want to be fun, like, hey, this word sounds like that word, so they mean the same thing. If you want to go Ori, pretty close to Nori, aka Norway. You know, Yeah. I've actually had an old thing where I was like, the Jin, um, Jin connected with Orient, and I made some sort of about 18 hops to it. But by the way, if you don't know, you are the Jin. You are the kin. No external there's no external Jin. You are the Ori Jin. Ori, Oregon. You're the Aura Jin, aka the Orient, is where there's a connection there. So if you want to look at the origin, just why don't you go research the state Oregon, because that's the Oracan, the beginning energy, the beginning spirit, the beginning life, the beginning fire. You are the Jin. There's no external Jin. That's you.
Well, depending on what you're defining as Jin, I may
Go,
differ on opinion with you there,
go ahead.
but only because like there seem to be disembodied entities,
Okay, so
if that's what they're considering a Jin.
yeah, I don't think they are. I think they're using that term super loose.
Okay, okay,
And,
okay.
and are there other things out here? I'm just thinking when they use the word, engine and energy and Jin and
More
really
like
the
more like the like a magnetic electric type of energetic
sure.
field.
And also, you're the spirit. So then maybe there's low vibe, high vibe spirits. I don't know, but when things are referencing Jin and Jin related things, um, just think about it as that's actually you. Now, I'm not saying tap into Hollywood stuff. I'm just saying that's I would recommend looking at it, do a mental exercise and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like that way. Now, are there disembodied spirits? Maybe. I don't know. A lot of stories out there. I don't know. Oh,
I
Sue.
mean,
There's a Sue up there too.
yeah,
See
there's
how
another
they're
one. Yeah, this is when he was relating the U.S. and the and Russia. What was he saying? The how did he do it the other time? He flipped it upside down,
Hmm.
and now I can't. Soviet Union. So U.S. is Soviet Union.
Oh, he's back doing his wordplay like that.
Yeah. But this
Yeah,
is all
Jim, it's supposed to be like them. What 72 demons? That's. I'm telling you, that is
72 demons and 72. I think it's apostles too. So it's like, which one is it?
yeah, and that's that and little Anki type stuff. That's where I think like they're feeding us a bunch of nonsense, yo.
Yeah,
And be
yeah.
scared of the jinn. Didn't I just tell you earlier? You are the jinn. They want you to be. You're not the origin. They want you. They want to pretend to be the origin and tell you they're demons. What did we talk about earlier? Monday. Knowledge. Moon. Day. Mon.
And
Day, day of
even
great
if there
knowledge.
are entities,
Yeah.
you need to consent to that.
What? You got to consent to what?
If there are entities, you have to consent to there being a like you have to you are attempt like even if there are physical entities that we cannot see
Oh, Mon.
like that are considered demons, it is still you because they can't affect you if you don't consent.
Oh yeah, and when so I literally like Solomon. We just talked about it. We said daemons.
And by the way, fear is consent. So
Yeah. So soul day, obviously, right? You know what I mean? Like, so Solomon is literally what I just said is Gnosis 72. I mean, there's probably about thousands of hours of breakdowns of 72 on daemon. So Solomon and daemons is redundant. Keys, we talked about keys earlier. Anytime you see key, chi, all that, and all the letters out there and sounds, and like King Demon, Demon Khan, Solomon, whatever you want to call him, or even Karakan in the TPs, in the Archons, TPs and the Zions, TPs, Tepe, TPs, Karakan, Tepe, TPs, Indians above you. um, you start to see that who's who and what's what. I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it at that.
Yep. Then he gets even into here like the plan of ET, using the concept of dualism to give people a hero and an adversary.
Oh, oh
So
yeah.
I mean, that's basically.
Well, it's plain, and then they add the T. So the T are those T suitors, the J suitors, the J's,
Mm-hmm.
like whatever suit they put on, they came from the Templars and they came from the Teutonics. So the Teutonics came from Genghis Khan, Chinggis Khan, King
Mm-hmm.
Khan.
And he was saying the same thing
This,
up here with the fairy tales that are turned into liberators who are actually just wearing a
yeah, and
mask.
what's funny is here's the mainstream, Chris. Let me tell you, listen to this and let me know if this makes any sense. Mainstream history. Go to Harvard, whatever. You go, what happened to the Mongolians? And they were going, oh, the story goes, Badu, which is a main general. Badu is one of the greatest generals, actually. I think his name is Batu. And Genghis Khan's son. They're all the way deep into France. They're taking over the realm. Oh, even now they tell you stories of a quarter of the world is part of their DNA. And they took over everything. And then all of a sudden, what happened? They disappeared. What's the excuse? Genghis Khan died. And then what's their excuse? All the major generals and armies had to go back to Karacha or whatever it's called. And Mongolia is a brand new name. Montana is Mongolia. Montana. Look at the ages of the names. When was Mongolia called Mongolia? Like 20 years ago. And when was Montana called Montana? Like 400 or 500 years ago that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea of the most dominating horse archers, mind you, and who else do you know in depictions of the greatest horse archers? American Indians. And do you still see Mongolians running around being horse archers? Not at all. See you later. The populace disappeared. Doesn't that sound like the Aztecs and the
Mayan
disappearing?
Mm-hmm.
Chris, we were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
So doesn't the Mongolians, who have taken over most of the entire world, what we call Europe and Asia now and all that, disappearing overnight? Where'd they go? Does that if you're a first grader, would that make any sense to you? But the mind control is so strong, you go, that's fucking dumb. Where are these people wearing feathers on horseback with archery running through the plains, one of the biggest plains in Kemet, the dark soil, through Montana, through Dakota, through all these places, right? India, all these places. And they just quote unquote disappeared. Are you retarded? You're retarded? If you buy that, or you buy the Aztecs or the Mayans disappeared, if you buy any of that stuff,
then we have a plan for you, and it's $5,000 a month.
$5,000 to get the real answers. And I will tell you right now, you are all special and more special than the person next to you. You want the Ark, the Holy Grail? I'll tell you where to start digging.
And I think that's a beautiful place right there to end tonight. I think that's an amazing spot. I love that ending. That because we're over 2 hours, we don't want to, we want to save some of this for the people who are going to join or come back next week.
I agree. I feel satisfied. Like I was able to yap and Chris, and it was a good one, I think. Yeah.
I think it was a good one. I had a fun time. Thank you, everyone who joined us tonight.
Should we just end it, or should I play some? I got like a rappity rap song I've been listening to, and it's pretty good, but it might be aggressive for right now.
Whatever. I mean, dude, if you want to play the song. Some people may like the song at the end.
Okay. It's a little, I like to end it with a light vibe.
Yeah.
But, nah. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out?
Yeah.
Alrighty. We'll be back. And join us on our Patreon, 5,000 a month. You can find us.
Okay.
Deeper waters.
Cheap. That's a deal. That's a deal on 999, yo. That is a deal, guys.
Oh man, wouldn't that be nice?
Chris knows stuff.
Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be fun. But
Well,
in all seriousness, I appreciate you, brother, and appreciate everyone who came to watch. Appreciate Sam AAA and Deep Waters and his boy Dylan. They're funny as hell. And all the people we've discussed here, all good stuff. Alan Watt, R.I.P.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Alan Watt. Now that you said that, I do feel like we're starting to lean towards a bootleg version of those dudes, man. Deep Waters and them.
Well, to be fair, they only go like an hour, and then I don't think they're reading Cutting Through the Matrix.
They should be watching. I wish them all the best, but they should also be watching us over here now.
I know we should link up. I think we should all link up.
Thanks, Tommy. Yo, seek gratitude, operating gratitude. Simple thank you goes a long way.
Exactly. We appreciate it.
Massive love, peace, and harmony. Let's get out of here. Have an amazing, strong Moon Day tomorrow, folks.
Yep.
What is it? 9/1, right? 10.
11/10, 9 or 9/10, whichever you want to call it. Yeah.
Or 11/10.
Yep.
However you want to do it. It's your grimoire. Pablo, peace, brother. And we're going to crush.
Absolutely.
Let's get out of here. Peace. Peace, love.
Later, guys.